back to my channel, and today I have a makeup tutorial for you guys today featuring a lot of new products. I recently bought a bunch of Morphe products. I bought 2 foundations, 3 concealers. I bought the prep set that comes with the eyeshadow primer, the mist, and the beauty sponge. I really like their beauty sponge. I feel like I have it here, it's not wet, but I just really like it. I like it actually better than my beauty blender, even though I didn't use it in this tutorial. And I also bought the James Charles palette. I really wanted that palette for a long time, so I decided just to get it because I feel like it's a staple palette that you can always use in your makeup tutorial. So this is like my current routine. It's pretty similar to the last makeup tutorial I did, but it's always going to be different. I use different products and I use different, I do my makeup differently in terms of the method. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Also, I have contacts in, if you guys didn't notice. This company named Iris Beauty, they reached out to me and they asked me to try their products. So I did. I tried their contacts in the color emerald green. I was gonna do like a brown. I wanted to do a color that was really natural-ish. Obviously it's not natural because it's not my eye color, but I wanted to do something that it could look like it was my eye. And when I was looking at different pictures of different people, the emerald green one seemed like the best fit. And so I really like it. I've never worn contacts before, ever in my life. So I had to look up on YouTube to figure out how to put them on. I didn't put them on in this video because it just took me a while to really get used to it. But I just put it on the edge of this finger. I put my eye down like that and I just placed it till I was able to touch my eye. It was uncomfortable at first because I don't touch my eye. I'm not used to anything going in my eye. So it just takes some time getting used to, and then my eye was like freaking out or whatever. So it was like frustrating. It comes in these little packets like this. I guess this is how contacts come when you get them. Like I said, I don't know. I never worn contacts before, but I don't wear glasses. I have 20/20 vision. So I don't need any special prescription or medication, so it's just color contact. I also want to feature this right here. This is Heartbreaker Gummies. So everybody knows that I wear wigs. I actually have my own collection of wigs, and I'll leave the link down below. This is one of them right here. This is my 4x4 closure wig. And I wear wigs because I don't like doing my hair. It's too much, and I'd rather just slap on a wig and do it like that. And while my hair is under the wig, I eat these gummies and it helps my hair grow. They're basically a vitamin complex for your hair, skin, and nails. It has biotin, folic acid, and vitamin A, 60 pieces. So this should last you around 2 months if you eat it every day. Well, if you take 1 a day, but if you eat 2 a day, it'll last you a month. They're really good. They're soy-free, cruelty-free, and gluten-free, which is really good. So if you guys want to see how I got this makeup look, stay tuned. Okay guys, so I'm back with another makeup tutorial, and I'm featuring all these new Morphe products that I bought. The first thing that I'm starting with is the eyeshadow primer. I like to use this as a base for my face makeup because it really leaves your skin with a smooth finish and a matte finish, and the foundation that I'm gonna use is matte. So I like to start off with the Morphe eyeshadow primer. Then I go in with the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores primer. I really like this one for mattifying and filling in all my pores and just giving me a really smooth canvas for my foundation. I'm going in with the foundation in the shades F420 and F410. Well, I'm not going in with both of them. I'm only using one. I'm using F410. When I picked the foundations online, it seemed like 410 was much lighter than 420. Both the shades seem lighter, but they're really close in color and they actually match my body versus my face. I wanted to have a foundation shade that was a little bit lighter than my skin tone just so that I could add some dimension when I am buffing in my foundation, but I picked wrong. But I'm happy with the colors I picked. Now using the Morphe Concealers, I actually remember getting the first Morphe Concealers that came out, and that had a very moussey, dry texture, while these are more liquidy. They stay wet for a little bit longer, but also matte and full coverage, which I really like and appreciate. I'm using the color C365, I believe, and I like this color because it is lighter and it's cool versus the other two colors that I have. And I'm setting that with a Real Technique setting brush. This is actually the brush I'm going to use. I like this versus the Beauty Blender because it doesn't absorb as much product as the Beauty Blender does. It leaves a lot of coverage left, so I don't have to go back in with a second round of concealer. Also, when blending in your concealer, especially under your eyes, you want to make sure that you go back and forth between the product an equal amount of times, because you don't want your product to be blended on one more side than the other. You want to make sure that each eye has an equal amount of full coverage. After my concealer is all blended, I use this Kat Von D Lock-It powder in the color Golden just to set it. I use a poof, or whatever this powder puff is called, to set my concealer, and I really like it because I like it better than a Beauty Blender. I don't know why, I just prefer to use this. And I never really liked this powder at first because it gave me a really white cast, but I kind of figured out how to use it. I just let it sit on for a couple seconds and then I dust it off. I don't leave it on for longer than 2 minutes because that's when you'll start looking real white. And in that last clip, I was just showing you how I set my eyeshadow. I use the Sephora Bright Set, and it's just a very fine powder, and I just use that over my eyeshadow because I don't really want any color. I just want to set my concealer for my eyelids. Now I'm just dusting everything off with a brush, just making sure that everything is brushed off and blended. Remember, we do not want to look ghostly or casket ready in any way, shape, or form. So I'm just, really making sure I get rid of all of that from under my eye, my forehead, everything. You can see I am really going in with this. And I also use my Makeup Forever Full Coverage Foundation Powder, and I use that to knock off the excess dust under my eye, just so that I really don't look white. I just want to look my complexion. Now I'm going in with this Kevyn Aucoin powder in the color PF10, and I use this just to kind of build up my contour. I don't really like to start right away with such a dark color because I feel like I would have to blend it out a lot or build it up much. So I go in with this lighter shade that's a little bit darker than my shade and just put that all around the parts that I would usually contour. Now I'm going in with another Kevyn Aucoin powder in the color PF11, and now I'm going over my contour, and as you can see, it's much darker, it's much deeper, and I'm just building up that color. And that's what you want to do with your makeup. You want to build up your shades. And to assure that everything is blended, I just go in with a big fluffy brush and I just blend everything out, going over all the parts to make sure I look good. And then to blend it in even more, I just take a spray bottle with water and I spritz that all over my face twice, letting it dry. This also just gets rid of all the dust from the powder and just blends everything more. Now this Morphe look wouldn't be complete if I didn't have one of the palettes. So I'm using the James Charles palettes that everybody has seen, and I'm actually going in with that middle orange color with my MAC 224 brush, and I'm just first going in with that with the outer crease of my eye. This is just a very simple makeup look, just something that you could do every single day, and so that's the look I'm going for, simple every day. Now for the inner corner and the crease of my eye, my actual lid, I'm going in with the yellow and the white shade. You can't see it because it's out of frame, but I just go in with that with another MAC 224 brush, and I'm just like kind of as if I'm cutting my crease in a way. That's the way I blend my eyeshadow brush over that part. And I'm just blending in my outer corner, that outer V, with the same two colors, or the same color I use with the James Charles palette, that orange shade. Blush is definitely essential in all my makeup routines. I'm using this Anastasia blush trio, and I'm using that pink shade and that corally shade. I really love that coral shade. It looks so good on black women and women of color, and I just pop that right on top of my cheeks, and I love it. It just brings the look all together, just giving our skin just some color. Well, any skin tone, it just gives us some color. And now I'm going in with that darker shade. I don't know the names, I'm sorry, but I'm using that to just, you know, contour even more and just to make it even more deeper so that my cheeks just look so defined. And I love this. So I recently been getting into nose contouring. I just feel like it brings the look together because your nose could really just look washed out with all the powder and concealer. And I'm just making sure right here that I line my lips. I'm using an OG MAC brown liner. All the names of all the products I use will be listed down below. So just make sure you guys, you know, check that out. Make sure you guys turn on post notifications so that you can see every single time I post a new video. And I'm using a Revlon lip gloss right here, which I really love. This is the finished look, guys. I know my looks are very simple, but I just always wear everyday natural looks. But I feel like these green contacts just really give it a different dimension. And I like to use new products for you guys so you can see all this new stuff that I use. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to turn on post notifications and like and subscribe, and stay tuned.